Cape York, one of Australia's most prominent four-wheel driving frontiers. And as you would expect, being Queensland born and bred, the team from MDC Campers are getting right into the thick of it. The boys have brought along 4 of their latest and greatest camper trailers for a little bit of research and development. The Off-Road Extreme Explorer, the Off-Road Gal Extreme, the Off-Road T-Box V2 and the almighty Off-Road Step Through. Now, most of the lads know each other well, but some are only meeting for the first time. And with everyone acquainted, it's time to settle in, as it'll be a very early start in the morning.
After a late arrival, we've come to the meeting point at Musgrave Roadhouse, which is going to be the starting point for the Market Direct Campers research and development trip to the tip of Cape York via the mighty Telegraph track. Now, Musgrave Roadhouse was a cattle station back in the 1930s. It's been converted into this bar and bistro. It's got a great little grass camp area attached to it. It's the gateway to Cape York and it attracts about 49,000 to 50,000 vehicles through here every year. As you can see, the sun's come up behind me. The boys have packed up all the camper trailers. We're heading off to Archer River today, where we'll do our final preparations and checks on all the vehicles before we start the mighty Telegraph track tomorrow.
But before we roll out, let's meet the team. In the petrol Hilux, we have Kent and Davo, or the Barra Boys as they're more commonly known. In the Pig, we have Big Al, a friend of MDC, and Steve Ballinger, part of the Queensland sales team. In the almost identical diesel Hilux Kevin, we have Steve Hollywood Robson, the New South Wales sales manager, and riding with him will be Keith the Bush Mechanic O'Malley from the Queensland sales team. And riding in the patrol with Tim will be Mick Hammett, also part of the sales team. And this is Lego in his Navara, and he'll be driving the camera equipment. Now, from Musgrave Roadhouse, the boys will blast up the development road to the Archer River. Then the following day, get straight into the old telly track. Then hopefully in 2 days, they'll rendezvous with the Jardine River Ferry. Then spend the night at Loyalty Beach before driving that last little journey north to the most northerly point of the Australian mainland. This should be an epic trip, or should I say adventure. The development road these days, apart from being heavily corrugated in sections, is relatively good travelling, so soaking up the miles happens quickly. As for the campers, well, the boys wouldn't even know they were there.
I've been in the camping industry now for about 5 years. Been road testing trailers for about the same amount of time, especially the off-road trailers.
I left school when I was 15, got an apprenticeship as a canvas goods maker. So I've now had 35 years in the industry as a tent maker and have a lot of experience in building trailers.
Worked for Market Direct Campers last 5 years. Started in production, gone to the sales team.
It's a job that I absolutely love.
This Cape trip's been a really good opportunity to get a first-hand experience as to how these trailers handle when they're off-road. When the customers ask us specific questions about the trailers and their capabilities, we've had that experience to be able to answer those questions.
Looking forward to getting out and testing these trailers in their latest configurations. Looking around and seeing where we can improve if we have to.
Because we've designed a new independent suspension. We've put it on 4 of our heavy-duty off-road campers, and we're going to take them up the telly track, smash them around, and see what happens.
With a campfire blazing and a huge buzz of excitement in the air, the boys gather round to finalise the nitty-gritty of how they're going to take on the mighty Teletrack. And by the look of things, they really can't wait.
Just a couple of good points you want to keep into consideration when travelling on dusty roads like this, particularly in convoys, to keep some good distance between each vehicle. We're travelling at about sort of 400 or 500 metres at least between each vehicle. We've got good radio contact still, so everyone up in front can let anyone know any oncoming traffic, because when the dust goes through there you can't see where you're going for quite some time, particularly the big road trains. What you want to do when they come through is to get off the road completely. You can imagine driving at night with your lights on high beam in a real foggy night. It's a bit like that. It's a complete whiteout. So when they come through, get off the road and let them have right of way. Just a couple of quick points when driving corrugations. Probably the most important one is your tyre pressures. I'm running at the moment, the vehicle's on about 25 PSI. I've dropped my trailer down to about 20 PSI. And it's a nice soft ride over the top of these corrugations. Now, depending on the severity of them, how big they are, as to what speed you're going to be able to do. But also, you don't want to travel too slow either over them. Otherwise, you're going to really bounce into all the corrugations. You're going to do a lot of vibration damage through your vehicle, and that's when you've got a fair chance of breaking suspension components and anything else like that.
Palm Creek is only a few kilometres into the track, but it's a notorious litmus test for your four-wheel drive's capabilities.
We got to the track pretty late in the afternoon yesterday. The boys have just packed up the camp. We're hoping to cover some serious ground on the track today. This is our first obstacle for the morning, and what an obstacle it is. So let's get the first one through and see how we go, eh?
Ken and Davo come on through first with the step through.
Yeah, nice. Beautiful. You're right on that ledge now. You're following that ledge in. Front left's about to drop over. Come down with a bit of left hand down. That's beautiful. Right hand down. Slow.
No troubles there at all. And lockers in.
Easy.
Now, if you're going to take a camper trailer on a trip like this, it's very important that it has very high build quality. All the MDC models on the trip have a 100 by 50mm drawbar, a 50 by 50mm fully welded reinforced chassis, and dual shock independent suspension, making them almost unstoppable. On the Teletrack, the team is going to do about 16 water crossings, so the quality of your camper's seals is also very important. So if you go through a deep water crossing with bad seals or a lack of, your camper will go in at its tear weight and come out at potentially double that, if it comes out at all. Not a worry for the MDC campers though, they're all pinch sealed.
We're making some great progress. We've just arrived in this beautiful little spot on the Delahunty River here. Not far now till we reach Gunshot, so let's get the first one through.
After a slow start, the boys really have made some progress, but it's hard for the team to not stop every 5 minutes to check out the view. It really is an incredible landscape tucked away up here. We've finally arrived at the infamous Gunshot. The boys have had a good look around and checked out all the possibilities how to get down through here. The old Gunshot is pretty much impassable as it's almost vertical. This is the new Gunshot out the back here, the one they've all chosen to have a crack at. It's still just as steep. Well, we've finally got the first one down with a great deal of manoeuvring to get him around though. We're about to take on the second one and see if we can get him down as well. But that's the reason we've come here for, to test these trailers out. The back wheels are going to do the same as ours, they'll come around behind you. The mighty step-through, being the largest of the range, has an extended chassis to accommodate the walk-up staircase. So as you can see, it's a very large camper. But with a little push to help line it up, it handles no worries at all. And with the sun back out again, it really makes for a pleasant afternoon.
Now we're at Cockatoo Crossing. This is a really notorious crossing where you can easily get unstuck. There's some big deep holes in here, so make sure you get out, have a good walk through it, get people to stand on certain spots for turning points around before you head to the other side. Walk it first is an absolute must on this crossing. All good. Righto, get into it. Nice work, mate.
I don't really think Tim thought this one through.
We've just arrived at Sam Creek after a big day out on the old tele track. All the trailers have arrived unscathed. We're about to get a fire going, get some dinner on the go, and have a nice relaxing night.
Stay with us, because after the break, we hit the most northerly point of the Australian mainland.
Well, we got into Sam pretty late last night. We didn't get much of a chance to have a look around, but fair income, check this out. All that's left to do now is get all the vehicles across Sam's Crossing, head on up the old Tele track and rendezvous with the Jardine Ferry. Yeah, trailer's clear now.
With all the trucks comfortably across, the team ventures up on this little gem. There is a chicken track, but hey, this is why they're here.
Get your driver's side straight in that wheel track, mate. Bit of left, bit of left. Nice work. Nice. Back wheels coming down. Trailer wheels are dropping off now. And same deal, take it as wide as you can without hitting the cameraman, but yeah, it's a hard right.
These camper trailers really are tracking well. Wherever the boys are able to place the vehicles, the campers just seem to follow.
We're at the famous log bridge at Cypress Creek. Now we're going to get all the vehicles across here. Then we're going to take the bypass road from here to the Jardine Ferry. As we've been informed by a few locals about Nolan's Crossing, it's pretty much impassable at the moment. Last weekend they recovered 12 vehicles out of there, so we don't want to get into that sort of trouble. We're going to take the sensible way, get on the bypass track all the way to the ferry, then on our way to the tip. Yep, trailer's coming through now, no worries at all.
And with a little bit of tricky manoeuvring, the guys managed to get all the vehicles turned around, as the bypass road is a couple of kilometres back up the track.
On our way to the bypass track, we've come across this little mishap. These guys have assured us that they've got enough pep in their crew to get them out of this situation. So we're going to move on and continue on our journey. Yeah, nicely done, mate.
Finally, after some of the most incredible terrain the boys have witnessed, the team arrives at the Jardine Ferry. When you arrive at places like this in far north Queensland at lunchtime, you come upon a little bit of a problem. They're closed for lunch. I'm sure the boys can think of far worse places to have a look around. Just what the boys ordered. When they do arrive at Loyalty Beach, lo and behold, the sun comes out. But first things first, time to set up. While the team sets up, Tim has a quick chat to Steve Robson to find out why these camper trailers did as well as they did.
Can you tell us, mate, how come these MDC trailers did so well on the Tele track, mate? They seem to be fairly invincible on that track.
Well, mate, we designed this independent suspension. That's why we took them to the Cape so we could test it. You've got 100 by 100 by 5mm tube steel, dual shocks, heavy duty coil. The chassis's been upgraded to 4mm. You've got a triple drawbar on it. They're tough as teak. All of our trailers come standard with the electric brakes, the stone guard, the off-road coupling. They're just a really tough package.
They're a great camper, they really are.
While Big Al prepares a meal, the boys sit and enjoy the view with a few coldies. It really is an amazing sight. On first light, it's time to pack up and get the day underway, as one of the reasons for the trip is not very far away. Time to head up the beach. And after some rainforest driving, the team finally arrives.
Well, here we are. The MDC trailers have made it to the northernmost tip of Australia. The boys from MDC, they've been an absolute awesome bunch of guys to get away with. The trailers have been incredible. They've handled all the conditions exceptionally well. Now there's only one thing left for us to do, and that's get back and get the patrol back on the road and head for home.
Well, that's it. What an incredible trip. It's really been a big highlight for the team from MDC. On behalf of the team from MDC, we hope to see you out and about, because Australia is an incredible place and we shouldn't take it for granted. Again, if you want to find out more about any of these great camper trailers, call one of the team on 1300 494 494.
Come fix my mill.